How's it guys, Munash here, and today we have an Alliance War video. So this is the 10th war of Season 28, the most recent one, although at the time I'm recording this, War 11 attack is about to start. So for today's war, I'm just doing part 4 with Nick Fury and Dr. Doom, my first and second rank 3s, who I still consider to be my 2 best rank 3s. And then I brought Sorcerer because they placed a Magneto boss, and we all know how much he loves those. But first, in section 1 we have a steady build-up Fury and long distance Mr. Fantastic, and there's the new insult to injury node. So Nick Fury is a pretty good counter for this since he can easily remove debuffs by knocking the opponent down. The only thing I needed to watch out for is if insult to injury would lower my ability accuracy and cause my parry stuns to fail. But that never happened, so it was pretty easy to knock him down whenever I needed to. Otherwise I would have had to be a bit more careful and confirm that he's stunned first before I drop a heavy attack. And with maxed Limber there's not much time to do that. But yeah, pretty simple fight with Nick Fury, and now we're gonna move on to a not so simple fight, or at least I didn't make it look simple. This was one of the weirdest fights I've done in War this season. So many things happened that I didn't expect, like I got hit several times. I even got hit by the special too. I don't know when last or if ever I've been hit by a Nick Fury special 2 before, but that genuinely shocked me. So I knock him down, and the first time he dashes at me, it works, it actually connects, and I take a fat boot to the face. Don't ask me why I didn't parry or dex, cause that's been happening to me a lot this season. I think that was actually the 4th time in War where I've just stood there and let the defender have their way with me. But apparently all the control issues have been fixed, so I've been told, but let me not get into that. So we have a Nick Fury with steady build-up Fury, heavy hitter and power alternator. A bit of an annoying combination for him, but he's not that stacked, so I decided to use Doom for this fight because he's got good control. He can nullify the Fury buff, so at least Nick Fury won't be doing a crazy amount of damage in the second phase, or whenever it triggers by getting 20 charges. That's the one downside about not using a mutant for this fight or somebody with good defensive AA reduction. Managing his charges can be quite tricky, especially with power alternator, and the heavy hitter node can make it quite difficult to heavy punish, especially after he loses the decoy and becomes stun immune. So that special 2 that hit me, honestly I thought I dexed it. I thought I nailed that dex perfectly, like had the precise timing and epic precision to get it down and punish with masterful finesse. But nah, I just got wrecked by it like an absolute noob, or just someone who has never seen the special attack before. And still I was not done getting hit, because he did have an unblockable special 1, and I don't know how to dex that, I haven't practiced it, so I get clipped by the last few hits. Fortunately the special 1 doesn't do that much damage. And now I am taking my sweet time to drop that decoy. I don't know why I'm taking forever. It's like I'm really struggling to get down this non-stun immune Nick Fury right now. And now as I'm rewatching this, I'm just realizing how poor of a job I did at power management. I could have thrown my special 2 there, which would have taken him to the second phase, but I just didn't want to because I thought I could actually just drop him naturally, like with basic combos, and then throw the special 2. And if that doesn't happen, the power gets alternated, which is not a good thing. However, I do have a special 1 that's almost ready, so I can just keep pushing him and then steal 2 bars of power. But I didn't do that for some reason. After he loses his decoy, I bait the special 2 instead, which is kind of a waste of time. It's almost like I was scared of him, because you'll notice that I back off just after Furious pops up. I don't know if it's because he's my favorite 6-star, but it's like I respected him a little bit too much in this fight. Like I actually gave him a chance to win. And the crazy thing is he could have won quite easily. I mean, all he had to do was drop some light ending combos when he hit me. But instead, he gave me a chance. He just dropped medium ending combos, which don't do the big bleeds. So now he's gotten me into a corner thanks to the combination of being unblockable sometimes, being stun immune all the time, and of course the heavy hitter node. But it's all good because I have a special 1 ready, and I get an intercept to regain control of the fight. But then I make the rookiest of errors while fighting Nick Fury. I try to chain the heavy attack because he has a shock, forgetting that he is stun immune, so that's not gonna work. And of course I take a 4-hit combo, but once again he refuses to use that light ender. And that right there is why I love Nicholas J. Fury. You can clearly see that the respect is mutual. He just didn't want to finish me like that, cause he knows 1 bleed from a light ending combo and it's pretty much done. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that I got pretty lucky in that fight, cause I made a few errors that could have been fatal if the AI decided to do something else, but now we are still in this without a death. So now, moving on to the gatekeeper of section 2, we have a Korg with Crumbling Armor, Force of Will, Footloose and Kinetic Transference. And the good lord did place a Wags pre-fight on him, so this is gonna be a pretty comfortable fight for Doom. Cause now he can't shrug off my parry stun, so I can just parry heavy to apply that stagger. So that just takes care of Footloose, and then it becomes a pretty simple Doom fight. I'm just gonna lose a bit of health when I heavy him when he has his rock shield up. Doom is armor break immune, so that just nullifies Crumbling Armor. And you can actually use Kinetic Transference to your advantage by giving him more power for you to steal. So the first special 3 won't do much damage since he had his shield up, but the second one will do a nice amount of damage since Korg is energy sensitive. So once I get to 3 bars of power again, the fight is pretty much over with Doom. So I actually initially planned on doing this fight without the Wax pre-fight. So my strategy would be just to try to prevent him from throwing special attacks. Unless the shield is down, then I can just parry heavy, but for the most part just try to prevent that by holding block. And then I would attempt to re-parry, and if he does shrug off my parry stun, and he keeps on doing it until his power becomes red, that's when I'll drop the special 1, and then it should be 1 or 2 more combos, then I'll have the special 3 ready. Maybe I'd use an advanced power boost so I have power control from the get-go, or I could just intercept at the start of the fight, then I can also use an invulnerability boost. So the rest was pretty standard textbook Doom stuff, then I finish him off with an overkill special 2. So yeah, that one went a lot better than the previous one, and now we're gonna move on to section 2 part 4. So now it's unblockable time. So first we have a Void with steady build-up unblockable and special burst lockdown. So it's back to Nick Fury because he's generally a good counter for the steady build-up nodes, just like how he's a good counter for Void, so I don't actually need to manage my combos that much. As long as I can parry heavy or knock him down any other way, I'm pretty much safe for this fight. But I do still try to manage my combos in such a way that I can remove the debuffs the old-fashioned way. It's just good practice and it kind of makes the fight more fun. But when he does throw a special attack, I will need to knock him down to remove the debuffs from special burst lockdown. And whenever I purify everything, I also go unblockable, which is quite neat. And that's kind of why I like the special burst nodes, because they do provide a bit of an inconvenience, but they also reward you when you actually, complete the task. Alright, so purify Void's debuff, then throw a special 1 to knock him down and remove everything else. Go unblockable and get the clutchest of intercepts, and then just hitting into his block with another light ending combo, and boom, he goes down. So that was quite a fun one. And moving on in section 2, we now have an Airwalker with steady build-up unblockable, Crumbling Armor and permanent heal block. So this will be another good time for Nick Fury. Airwalker is a pretty weak defender if you ask me. In my opinion, he's actually better as a general attacker, but still, he's not a very good attacker overall. The only thing I find somewhat remotely annoying about him on defense is a special 1 that can sort of clip you because it's got some deceptive acceleration, kind of like Doctor Strange's special 1, but that's pretty much it. The only other annoying thing about him is his goofy outfit. I kind of feel sorry for this Hyperion wannabe because it's not his fault he ended up so underwhelming. And that's why I got hit by the special 1. This fight was not going his way and I just felt so bad for him that I decided to throw him a bone there. I'm still gonna destroy him, like that's not gonna change, but I just felt like it shouldn't be so one-sided. So yeah, that's why I got hit by the special 1. It's not because I mistimed the dicks. So yeah, I lost a bit of health from the special 1, but he's going down pretty steadily and I still have plenty left, and I mean, he can empty all of it. I mean, this is my last Nick Fury fight, so he can destroy the decoy if he wants and I'll still be chilling, like I'm good with the real Nick Fury. And that's also why I didn't bother healing up. So one more combo and yeah, he goes down. Okay, so we have one more fight in section 2, which is gonna be a Mordo with Ebb and Flow Intercept, Mighty Charge and Crumbling Armor. So I'm gonna use Doom for this fight since he is generally a good Mordo counter. The only somewhat annoying thing is Mordo can block unblockable specials, so I can't just throw a special 1 to disable his power gain when he's chilling with his shield. And of course there's still the whole can't just stun him and then drop basic combos without being astral evaded. Unless it's passive stun of course. So I'm just gonna bait his heavy attack and then punish to get my opening, and that will also give him those fury buffs which will feed my Mystic Dispersion. So I just want to build to a special 3 and then, do the usual Doom cycle, and I'm not even gonna try to intercept yet, I'm just gonna set him up first. and it took me a little bit long to get to that first special 3 because I wasn't nullifying his power gain. I was just disabling it, so I could have optimized a little bit more in this fight, but really not a big deal at all. And now it's special 3 time.
I do as I choose, and I answer to no one. To face doom is to face one's end.
Then do the usual double medium, triple light, double medium combo. And then here, when I saw him hesitate, I just had to go for it. And yes, we get the Intercept, protection is disabled, and we got the passive Fury, so this special 3 should do a good amount of damage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gotta do one more triple light, double medium, triple light. And if I didn't get the Intercept, I would have just carried on doing this cycle. Because you don't actually need to intercept with Doom, just keep on dropping those special 3s, and eventually he'll go down. So now we have one more fight, which is gonna be the Magneto boss. A fight that I've done several times before, and this is the second or third time this season. I don't know what it is about people placing Magneto bosses, but I find them to be the easiest amongst my bosses, as in the ones that I'm assigned to take. The only other one that I always take is Mordo, who might be the most common one because I've taken him I think 4 times this season. So I like taking the Magneto bosses because they're pretty stress-free. I mean, Sorcerer is such a good counter for this fight that I don't even have to boost at all to solo it. But they do make it easier, and this is an on-season war, so I just boosted a little bit because we already won at this stage. Not much from the standard boosts, I just have lesser champion. The most beneficial one is the advanced power boost, so I can apply the slow as the fight begins. So I can just punish the heavy attack, then I'll get the regen on block, and the fight just becomes so easy at that point. I can just block whatever I want, even the special 2, which can do a lot of block damage. And I actually bait the special 2 because it's easier to punish compared to the special 1. And I don't even try to dex it because I really don't need to, it is completely unnecessary. Just take the blocked hit and then punish. Try to maintain a slow debuff for punishing the heavy. Alt between special 1 and 2 to have a good balance between damage and the nullification aura. And yeah, the rest is pretty straightforward. I've done commentary on this fight I don't know how many times now, so I don't really have much to say that's gonna be original. So I'm just gonna end it here and let the rest of the fight play. So yeah, I hope you guys found this interesting, and as always, thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.